Hello everybody, today I'm going to be talking about The Walking Dead, more specifically the franchise and future of The Walking Dead, and there will be Season 6 spoilers of Fear the Walking Dead. Let's get started. So right off the bat, I must say, I do not like Morgan's overall arc. He was that type of empathetic character. He's been through the ringer. For example, what happened to his wife, what happened to his son. He became this sort of monster over time. And of course he would be through all that trauma. And so he had this type of post-traumatic stress syndrome. And then that episode where he finds the art of peace and he goes through the whole kill me thing. And it just, what happens here in season 6 is that he basically defends himself against the bounty hunter, right? And, you know, absolutely, he probably should have killed the bounty hunter, so he did. But the thing is, it was just so graphic, the way how he did it. It's as if he beheaded the bounty hunter as a statement, right? To me, that's a perversion of what that guy taught him in the cabin and a perversion to the art of peace. And basically, Morgan ends up becoming an average Joe because he says to the group, let's kill when we have to, let's put this down, let's not kill. But you see, that's the thing, you can't go back and forth. It can't become a revolving door, and it can't just be always living in the gray, right? Meaning that killing is black and white, right? Black or white. You kill or you don't. That's it. Like, there's no in between. There's no, if you're maiming, then I guess you would become a villain or you would be a narcissist in some sort of fashion, right? And we could go into the psychology of it, but what really bothers me, he basically becomes just like Rick or just like any other survivor. Obviously, all of them kill just to protect themselves, or if they have to, right? No, unless you're a psychopath or a serial killer, then you'll kill all the time. Now Morgan lost that. So now, and he perverted, you know, basically the idea of his stick. To me, the stick was a metaphor. Of what? I'm not too sure. Maybe it was just a symbol, so there's some semiotics there. But the thing is, it confuses me how you're gonna keep the bottom half of the stick and meld it with an axe, which the bounty hunter used to kill people. And anyway, Morgan uses the bottom half of the stick to stab some people as well. So it's just like, it's completely pointless at this point, right? And so let's go on to the radiation. That bothers the hell out of me, right? Because Grace was non-stop warning everyone about radiation poisoning. Okay, let me skip ahead, right? The nukes come down and all of a sudden everyone might die because radiation poisoning, blah, 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 blah. I mean, Morgan got back his stick after it was sick. No pun intended. And it's just, I don't know, it's just so sloppy. It's very sloppy writing. It's like, it's kind of careless, you know what I mean? Like, what they should have done, right, was to make it easier for us to suspend our disbelief. Just say that, or never mention radiation poisoning, right? Never mention it, and you could just let everyone forget that that's a thing in real life, right? And so you have this perfect opportunity where the nuke eviscerates all the walkers, right? And you could go into the crater and you could create a civilization there, a shanty town, whatever, you know, and they're safe from the walkers for now because most of all life in the vicinity where that nuke took off basically has been destroyed, right? So that would have made more sense, and that would have been a good ending for them. I know that Fear the Walking Dead won't end yet, right? And a matter of fact, I have a theory that it may carry the franchise of The Walking Dead over after the Walking Dead series finale. But that being said, it makes more, it's more cohesive towards the narrative. By the same token, I would really appreciate it if the writers stuck by their books and they really said, okay, well, they're gonna have to leave. Because Fear the Walking Dead is really a travel show, right? We started in California, then we moved down to Mexico, and now we are here. I would love it if they were like, okay, we gotta leave. Radiation poisoning, maybe there's some medicine, bullshit, whatever, but there's medicine nearby. Let's go, let's get some medicine. Okay, great. That makes sense, okay? And that type of narrative, whatever. It kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. But still, it's better than just like ignoring radiation poisoning. They should have made her work for Clorox or something. Like, don't inhale the fumes, you know what I mean? So other than that, The Walking Dead, if you guys don't know, because I've read the comic books, The Walking Dead basically ends on a great high note, and it's very emotional because it takes place far in the future and everyone's kind of living in this westernized civilization. Everyone kind of looks like cowboys and whatnot, and Eugene's building railroad track, right, to go across America, you know, preferably the areas where it's safer. They culled most of the walkers, so I got a feeling we're going to see that. I also got a feeling that we're going to get some insight on Judith, and she possibly will have a family, just like Carl has in the comics. Obviously, Carl's not alive right now, but still, I think that if we see that, and then plus they might do, I think, yeah, they will do a spin-off series. I hope it's a mini series. I hope it's like a 1 or 2 seasons of Carol and Daryl. Now, that sounds really weird to have a spin-off series on those 2 characters. Daryl is awesome. Carol, she's a badass, but still, I'm just like, it's due time for them to have peace. They deserve it. They're broken souls, and they found a home in each other, and they love each other like family, right? So I think no matter where they end up, they will still have each other's backs no matter what, and that's what counts, and that's what's true towards their character. I guess we're gonna see something like that. Maybe they'll end up somewhere and they're gonna live out their lives in peace like everybody else in the Walking Dead series finale, whatever. So as for the World Beyond, I think the World Beyond should go more depth. I think we'll get more insight into the military, and I think that we'll see more of the propaganda they got going on. What's behind that? What's behind the lies? I want to see that conspiracy unfold before us, right? So my hopes is that the World Beyond will delve into that. Season 2. Season 1 was supposed to be a coming of age story. I preferred if it wasn't, because we had Alicia already have her arc for, a coming of age story. Basically, she came from high school, and now she's just this badass that doesn't hesitate to kill. So, and the same thing that happens with Carl. And then we see the survivors at the end, and they're basically helied up to safety, which is great. I really hope that none of them gets hurt or anything by that military organization, but we will see. I hope everything kind of comes into a crossover after the Walking Dead series finale. I know that the Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, at least for me, is definitely going to carry the franchise, I believe, because they could travel wherever. That's the main thing from Fear the Walking Dead, is that we could go wherever we want, basically, and it's all about finding those core members and having a family. Those are my thoughts on The Walking Dead and the franchise in general, the future. If you guys have any other thoughts, please let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate for watching. Have a great day.